Welcome to this short tutorial on one area of reception and hospitality, which is part of the Office Administration for CSEC syllabus. If you have studied the role of the receptionist, you would know that one of the duties of the receptionist is that of taking telephone messages. Telephone messages are taken on a telephone message form or a telephone message pad for persons who either are away from the office or cannot take a call at a particular point in time. This message form contains information such as the caller's name, the purpose of the call, the caller's address and organization that he or she is from, the signature of the person taking the message, contact number of the caller, date and time of the call, and a brief message based on what the call is about. Looking at this page, we can see that it is a telephone message pad, or it's an extract or a leaf, a sheet from a telephone message pad. This specimen shows that the information recorded is the date, name, time of call, information under while you were away, the telephone number, message, and signature. The telephone message pad or form will vary depending on the type of organization that the receptionist is working at. When answering the telephone, whether as a receptionist or as a member of the organization, telephone etiquette or telephone manners are of paramount importance. Such things as, when making a call, identify yourself immediately, answering the phone promptly and excusing yourself to do so, being pleasant with callers, making a call and identifying yourself immediately, and on the flip side, receiving a call by identifying yourself immediately, making a list of things that you wish to discuss during a telephone call before that call is actually made. Ensure that all office conversations are ended before taking up the receiver to answer a call. Ensure that if there is an open telephone line, for example, the call is answered and the handset is set down awaiting someone to pick it up, be careful of what you say. When taking a telephone message or a phone number, always repeat it before ending the call. If the caller is asked to hold the line, let him or her know why. When leaving your desk, say where you may be contacted in the office. Treat unknown callers with courtesy. Another part of telephone etiquette is speaking clearly and distinctly. That involves never speaking on the phone while chewing gum or eating. Personal calls should be reserved for emergencies. Speaking at your normal pitch and volume in a controlled voice is an integral part of telephone etiquette. Ensure that you find the right distance at which to hold the handset or the receiver when speaking to persons on the phone. Ensure that all calls are ended pleasantly, and it's always a matter of good manners and courtesy for your caller to hang up before you do. If you are making or placing calls as a receptionist, you are to ensure that if you are placing a call on behalf of your superior or manager, that the person is standing by to receive the call. Never make the call and leave the other party holding the line while you try to locate your supervisor or the person for whom you have placed the call. When you place a call to an executive, always ask to be connected with his office, ensuring that you identify yourself and give some information about the nature of your business without disclosing any personal and private and confidential information. Never ask, "Who is calling?" This may suggest to a caller that your supervisor or the person on whose behalf you have placed the call will only speak to that person if he or she is important enough. Say instead, "May I tell him who is calling, please?" If your supervisor is absent, and a call comes in, note the caller's name, number, and anything that you can inoffensively gather about the reason for the call. And this is where the telephone message pad or telephone message form is used to record that information. In some small organizations, the receptionist serves a dual purpose as the telephone operator. While the telephone operator is a job specific in itself, the receptionist may also be asked to hold on for the telephone operator, either if that person is absent or if that person is away in a large organization. So if you are operating the telephone or switchboard as a telephone operator, you must keep track of the whereabouts of staff at all times, so that if that person leaves their desk, you can have an idea or know at what extension to forward a call to him or her if it comes through the PBX or switchboard. Also, you need to know who is responsible for what in your firm so that calls will not be misdirected to persons to whom they do not concern. Be on guard against leaving open lines on the switchboard. When we look at this exercise, we can complete a telephone message form using this information. I'll now read the information and you are asked to look at it and decide or extract the important information in this telephone conversation or this recording of a telephone conversation. You are Sandy Clark, employed at Northeast Traders as the receptionist. At 9 a.m. today, you received a telephone call from Susan Best of TCL. Ms. Best asks you to take a message for Mr. Tim, who is out of the office. Tell him that the shipment of cement that he ordered will arrive next Wednesday and he has to pay $300 by 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. She asks you to ask Mr. Tim to call her by 10 a.m. tomorrow to confirm. Her number is 493-6825. Indicate that the message is urgent. So look at that exercise and determine what information is important. Pause the video so that you may determine the important information. Let's look at the telephone message form that you are required to input the extracted information from exercise 1 on. While you were out, Mr., Mrs., Ms. from at telephone number, telephone said that they would like you to call, it's urgent, a space for the message, the time and date on which the message was taken, and the person who took the message taken by. So see if you can put in the correct information on this telephone message form based on exercise 1. Feel free to go back to exercise 1 if you have not already written down the important information. Okay, so let's see if you got this answer. While you were out, Ms. Best from TCL of telephone number 4936825 telephoned, asked you to call back and said it was urgent, and the message that she left is that a shipment of cement will arrive next Wednesday, $300 to be paid by 1400 hours tomorrow. Call by 1000 hours tomorrow to confirm. Time that the message was taken, 0900 hours, taken by Sandy Clark, and the date would be current or the date on which the particular message was taken. Two things of note here are: 1, the 24-hour clock is used, and 2, the message is a brief message. It's as brief as possible without leaving out any important details. You have done one of the exercises. You can test your learning by attempting exercise 2. Pause the video and extract the information and attempt to fill it into a telephone message pad that's similar to the one that you just saw. When you are finished, you can check your solution. Congratulations to you if you would have gotten that answer on exercise 2. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you have learned a lot about telephone etiquette and recording telephone messages on the telephone message pad.